There's no amount of money.
You're telling me 5 million on the table?
No, because people are still going to, with their eyes, with their brain, they're going to see.
Hello and welcome to episode 3 of The Winning Culture, the UK's number 206 health and fitness podcast. It's a very, very low-key flex, being 206 of anything. However,
this is only our third one.
Yeah, so I'll take
already.
that.
Yeah, I'm there.
But as we are also deeply competitive people,
I want better than that.
I want at least like top 100, at least.
Okay.
In the UK.
Okay.
I mean,
yeah, I'd be really pleased with that. To be fair, I'm happy with what we are.
I'm not satisfied with that.
Okay.
But also, I think it's a little bit of a misnomer that we're classed as a health and fitness podcast. And so far,
nothing about health or fitness has been said. Although I was thinking about this morning, and I think we should probably next time do a podcast about something that is related to.
I have got some questions. I've got 3 questions, and they are all exercise related. So we can sort of drift towards that demographic.
A very, very shallow drift.
Very shallow drift. But before we start, so I've just told you that. So I was listening to a podcast this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And they were discussing about what they do for certain amounts of money, and they said, "Would you go on Naked Attraction and be in the lineup?"
Oh my god!
I mean, for me, it's just a no.
I have this conversation all the time with people. How much money would you be willing to take, knowing that I am watching you on Naked Attraction? Because it's not even like your face is hidden, and no one is really sure. They might go, "That looks a little bit like Teresa." But who knows?
Yeah.
Literally, my face is on there.
Yeah. So so straight away when they start discussing it, I was like, I'd need not just like retirement money. I need disappearing money.
I honestly don't think, for me, more so, or as just as importantly, it's how people judge you on that show. It's how people judge you for how every single part of you looks. I just don't think I'd ever get over.
No.
There's no amount of money that I'd ever get over that.
See, what I'm saying is, if I had like yacht money.
Oh yeah, for sure, yeah.
I'll talk about.
But in your head, you're always going to know that someone's gone. I mean, bits were a bit funny, weren't they?
Yeah, but my butler is giving me like my 15th mojito of the day, and it's like Monday afternoon.
I think that would mess with me too much.
But for me, they were saying 150 grand.
No way. No way.
Not even. I wouldn't even give you a kneecap for that.
No. Although for about 300 grand, if you could, like, do me a voiceover or keep my head covered. I
still think
for about 300 grand, I'd let you see. I'd do the body, but no one could ever. Someone would give you away. Someone would give you away.
I wouldn't do it. 300 grand for me isn't scratching the surface.
But no one would ever know.
I need millions. But but that's the risk you're taking. You're taking the risk that somebody might recognise. Like, say somebody might recognise a tattoo.
I ain't got any tattoos.
Well, that might be it.
That's definitely Teresa. There's a body there with no tattoos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd need like.
I don't understand.
I need ghosting money.
I don't get why people go on that program.
No.
It's everything.
But it's like embarrassing bodies.
Oh God.
I mean, I'm not that person that watches embarrassing bodies. I know there's some people have got a bit of a thing. I can't do it. But it's whatever you've got, your ailment is clearly
embarrassing.
Severe.
Yeah.
So let's get that on TV. No.
100%. I'm too embarrassed to go to the doctor, so let's go to the doctor on TV.
Yeah. I mean that you could
Awful.
branch off into like Jeremy Kyle.
Oh God.
I've got some awful dark secret. What I need to do is display this for the world.
Honestly.
I just can't believe it. But that was so you're saying, going back to the original question, so to be on it.
I don't know. No, I'm not committing myself to that.
I need millions.
If this showed the whole of me and
everything.
people know it was me.
Oh, it's you, it's everything.
I couldn't go on it.
Millions.
There's no amount of money. No amount of money.
You're telling me 5 million on the table?
No. Because people are still going to, with their eyes, with their brain, they're going to see. I can't do it.
Oh, 5 million.
5 mil.
You can see and do what you want. 5 million and I'm gone. Literally, I'm picking my clothes up and I'm out and you never see me again.
Also, some of those bodies that I have watched on there.
Yeah. The confidence, fair play.
Do you know what? Real people. Well,
like somebody said on this podcast, like there is nothing more unattractive than just a naked person just stood there in a cold studio. It's just not aesthetic, is it? I don't.
The feet start getting cold, or the extremity starts going blue, and it's not good,
that is not for me. So you're saying the basic.
I'm saying it's a no from me
at all.
Yeah, no, I can't do it.
So for me, to millions for me, and I'm gone. Never see me again.
Go fund me.
Go fund me. Honestly, seriously, if you want to go fund me 5 million,
I mean,
not an issue. I mean, that is a big ask.
We're not going to hold out for that.
We're not. That is not the retirement plan.
Okay, so what else?
So we're going to go around to. We are going to cycle around to films and what was watched this weekend. But before that, so we have had some questions. Okay, so the first question was, what is the most popular exercise that you either deem, not as in deem it a bad exercise, but you don't sort of get the hype with it, that you don't really incorporate or don't really...
Band work.
Really?
Yeah, like bands around your legs.
Yeah.
Not bands where people are using them because they're doing rehab stuff and they're doing a lot of high volume stuff with proper bands, but the whole thin bands around your knees and all that stuff.
See, mine is controversial.
What's yours?
Deadlifts.
Is it?
It is. I just don't see... I think for me, I think deadlifts are so in tune. Unless it's like a part of the sport you're doing, for example. And I know people do it because they want to just get strong and it's good, it's a compound movement, that sort of stuff. But I think you see so many people doing them badly just to move the weight up.
Yeah.
I think the risk-reward element...
Yeah, I get that.
It's an ego lift because people always lift way more on a deadlift than they would on any other exercise. And even though I can do it, and I know my form is correct, I still get lower back pain doing it.
Really?
Always get... So for me, I'm like, I would rather do a back and, let's say, a hamstring exercise separately.
There's a lot of younger people training now that don't do any kind of squatting whatsoever, which, when someone first said that to me, it blew my mind. I was like, no back squats, no front squats, no hack squats. And they're saying I can get plenty of volume with good form, with giving myself some stability on my back using this, that, weights, machines. I don't need to do anything like that. And that, for a second, I thought, God, you're missing out on so much. And then when you think about it, it is an old style of way of training. But I do like deadlifts. I like how it is a real compound exercise. I like how you can dig in and really, you got to really work to get that weight up. But I am very much like you in that I think if you can't do the weight well, risk versus reward, always. So I've watched loads and loads of people do bad deadlifts, like you say, just to get the weight up. And you can see them after and they're like, you think, what is the point? For me, when I deadlift, I use it more as, it's almost like my last exercise of the week. And I use it as just deadlifts on their own. And then I do some stretching. And it's really just to give me something to get my teeth into.
See, if I use it, I'll be honest, what I tend to do is drop the weight right down and I'll add it into like a superset. So I'll do fast reps of a lower weight. Use it like
an accessory exercise.
Yeah, for like
almost.
The explosive power, just from getting it up and down, but without having to really tax myself too much. But then, as a complete oxymoron, I love a barbell RDL. Yeah. Love it. Yeah. But then I don't particularly enjoy rack pulls.
I really like a rack pull.
I just think the range of motion's a bit,
Yeah, a lot of people do.
It's just like, I've lifted loads of weight. Cool, you moved it 6 inches. It's
much better than when you see people with that band around those knees and they're sat on the edge of the bench just kicking out, and they think that's their workout, or around their ankles, kickbacks.
If you want to get violence on the internet, go for people that say they can deadlift, and then when they put the video up, they're sumoed.
Still counts.
It's not a deadlift, and it's a deadlift. It's
just a variation, though, isn't it? It's not a conventional.
Call
deadlift.
It what it is.
Yeah.
So when one of my clients was giving it the big one that he was deadlifting 160, and I asked him to show me, and he sumoed it, and I went,
rained on his parade.
So then I made him do a proper one, and that bar did not move.
It's not the same.
No,
it's not the same. Stick to your strengths, though.
Yeah,
if you're strong in that plane of movement, do that. But say what it is. Call it what it is.
This is not me saying it's a bad exercise. It's for me personally, and for me, it just comes down to if you cannot do it well, it just it physically hurts when people even something like when they get it up and then they hyperextend at the top and the hips are all the way out, and you're like, you just stop, please stop. Yeah. So that's one. And then the other question was your go-to exercise. Like, what is the one that you could even if it might say suck a little bit, but you just love doing it?
Probably benching for me, or incline chest press on the Smith is a nice one for me.
You see, I would still class myself as being relatively new to benching because I just don't do it very much. I'm happy that I've ticked the bro box. I can now bench 100. That was always a long-term goal of mine because I was terrible. I could barely do 60 kilos a few years ago, and I had to really work on it.
Takes some time though, doesn't it?
But then the reason is because my training before I knew what I was doing was so
erratic.
It wasn't even like a bro split. It was just shoulders. Just shoulders 4 times a week. So a lot of people say to me, "Oh, you got like quite big traps." Yeah, because they got trained like a lot.
Stuck to my strength.
Exclusively trained 4 to 5 times a week. So like I can probably shoulder press more than I can bench press, but then I'm trying to play catch up.
Yeah.
So for me, anything lateral raise, shoulder press, cuffed laterals, are just for days.
Also, nothing worse when you see somebody that's really overdeveloped in one area and really weak in another area, and you think, and they will come in and you'll watch them train that overdeveloped area again, and it's time to move on. Yeah. It's time to give a little bit of proportionality here, and
it can't always be arm day.
It can't always be arm day.
No, I know one of my because I've got I've been told a very odd skeleton shape because I'm very barrel chested, and as I was putting photos up last year when I was doing my cut for the photo shoot, obviously I put a few stages, things like that. And one of my friends, who is a PT, commented, just saying, "You've got a really odd skeleton." No, sorry, interesting. So I mean,
that's not a compliment, is it?
But I'm like, what? Do you want to give me a little bit more context?
That would be like on Fatal Attraction, where the way it comes up and they go, "You've got a really interesting lower body."
Yeah, you've got an interesting look.
You've got really interesting legs.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, I get it. I'm a bit of a Neanderthal, but that's probably why I lean more towards shoulders and up. So my chest
I do see you when you train, or I do see the majority of the time all you're doing is cuff shoulders and stuff.
That's that's a finisher now.
It's all the okay.
I have got a proper split now.
Okay,
you just don't see the leg work. The leg work happens. You just don't see it.
I don't see you ever do legs.
I do legs a lot. I say a lot, once a week. It's enough.
Okay.
That's enough. Okay. It's enough. It's fine.
It is enough.
So there's no more specific health and fitness, as in like training questions. So the last one was actually more food-based, which I know we've not even gone into nutrition.
I love
at
food.
All.
I thought you were just talking about general food, because I do love talking about food.
I shouldn't tell you what.
Almost all my clients, when I speak to them generally, it's almost like as soon as you start talking about food, not macros and calorie counting and MyFitnessPal, but general food, everybody loves talking about food.
Which is
real food is. I love it.
Which is odd though, because I've got, and I won't name and shame, but one of my clients was like, I get bored eating. I just eat because I have to. If I could just.
I mean, when I'm on a cut, I get that, because you do get into that mindset of it's not. I mean, we eat some boring stuff, and many times we'll eat at times that really should you be eating that at that time. It's a bit gross, but it depends what you're eating for. But I genuinely enjoy food.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've got no daily time filter. Like,
I've seen that.
There's nothing you can give me at any time that I won't be like, okay, cool.
Yeah, I've seen that.
It's not an issue for me.
No.
But yeah, I do often say that good food is weighted on me to a degree, because I eat so quickly.
Yeah, I do as well.
That I go out for really nice meals, and I've actually been out before, and do you know when they come round and they go, "How was your meal?"
You finished.
And literally, the waiter actually went, "Is it? Oh, obviously." I'm there like.
I think it's people that I tend to have dinner with that are slow eaters, because I can eat quick because I've never got any time. So I think I've conditioned myself to, you've got like 7 minutes, go. But when I do go out for a meal, I always think my friends are really slow eaters. And then I think I need to talk more when I'm going for food,
I'm like head
because
down.
I'm listening and these guys are talking. So of course they're slower eating. And I need to start having conversations instead of just nodding and eating.
I think mine's a throwback to the fat days. It's like you eat like someone's going to take it away from you. Just get it gone.
Get it gone.
There's a fear.
Get it done,
There's a fear.
Yeah.
So speaking of going out at the weekend, so you went to the cinema this weekend.
I
know we've not spoke about this, and I want to hear about this film because I want to go and see it.
Yeah.
So you went to...
So I went to the Arc, which is...
I love that.
Such a good cinema. Much better than the ones in Mansfield. It's cheaper as well. But I have a couple of issues with going to the cinema. I haven't been for a while, but the popcorn there is the best.
Okay.
The best sweet popcorn. And we went to go and watch...
Before you carry on, do we not think nowadays that what they've added to cinemas, which is just dangerous, is pick and mix. That was never on the table before.
Oh, it was always on the table when I used to go to the cinema.
Yeah. See, whenever I went, pick and mix was now bags of sweets, yes, but pick and mix is dangerous because you just load up that bag.
Keep going.
It's dangerous.
What the thing for me is when they put the mix on the top of the popcorn. Why have you done that?
It's just unnecessary.
I mean, I have it.
Oh, 100%.
Because I've got to have it. But
I don't need.
All you're doing is it's more calories that aren't necessary. But I had it.
I don't need little Oreos on my sugared corn.
Oh, those little tiny Rolos.
Oh, yeah.
So we went to go and watch. What was it? We went to Planet of the Apes, the new one.
Wasn't it Godzilla?
No, Planet of the Apes.
I think you're going to see Godzilla.
No, Planet of the Apes.
Okay, fair enough.
So there was only 8 of us in the cinema, so it was really quiet. I would say 80% of the people in that cinema were talking almost all the way through it, which I don't know about you, but I'm really easygoing. I am. It takes a lot for somebody to annoy me or for me to have to be vocal. But everybody was just talking all the way through it. And it's my real bugbear at the cinema. Like, I really struggled to keep that in.
Yeah, because you've gone...
to watch it,
and it is universally accepted. I mean, I think it's bad enough now that it's creeping in that people start to look at phones.
Well, that's what they were doing. So someone on the phone's having the torch on, doing voice notes. I kid you not, doing voice notes. Then I had 4 people beside me, and they were all talking about something. Then these were getting offended because these guys were on their phone. So these are telling them to shush, and these are talking just as much. And I struggle with that. I didn't say anything because, you know.
I must admit, I get irritated incredibly easy, but I'm also not. I don't make a scene, so I just seethe internally.
Oh, yeah.
I make sure that I ruin the experience for myself.
But don't let anybody else
know. Don't let
know.
anybody know about it. Have that stomach bile going, and then
when you walk out, have a really good moan about it.
Yeah. So the experience has been fully ruined for myself. Never dealt with it, and then
I always think I'm going to go out and complain about you in a minute. And then I think, oh, God, I'm 41 years old now. And I think I'm going to be that person. And I'm going to come back in with that torch.
Karen.
And shine. Who's talking? And everyone will know that it's me that's complained. Like, they'll all know. So I can't do that. So like you, I'll just sit and I'll swallow it up. And then when I leave, I'll moan about it. But I went to see, Planet of the Apes. And I mean, it's so good what they can do now with animation.
Ridiculous.
But the film was rubbish.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I heard good things about it. Because I thought you'd gone to watch was it Godzilla?
Yeah, and it's not out yet.
Is it not? Oh, I thought it was. No. Okay. Because there's that new one, isn't there, on Netflix? Have you seen that one, the Godzilla -1?
No.
So that's the Japanese one that's been made, but it's like dubbed English, and everyone that is like a quote-unquote Godzilla fan has gone wild about it.
I've not seen that.
Because the animation, everything is meant to be, as in the CGI is meant to be brilliant. The story's good.
Yeah.
So that's one for me. So for Netflix.
Yeah, there's no story to the Planet of the Apes one. It's great animation.
It's meant to be a continuation, isn't it? Because they're on about, I think they want to make another 3 or 4 of those. Is it waning?
Do better.
One of the actual films that we realised we both watched recently was I Love That Hitman.
Oh yeah,
I really like
really
that
good.
film. I really enjoyed that film.
I want to go and watch the one with Ryan Gosling and what is it? Deadpool. The new Deadpool. I want to go and watch that one.
Ryan Reynolds.
Sorry. Yeah, I want to go and watch that.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
Because
I'm a big fan.
See, of the franchise or the man. I mean, I'll be honest, I get it because I'm still not totally sure if I like Thor for the character or whether I'm semi in love with Chris Hemsworth because he is impossibly good looking.
Crazy.
Like it's unfair.
Crazy.
It's unfair. And I was watching Hitman, and obviously that Glenn Powell's in it. And you watch it thinking, how are you that good looking? It's ridiculous.
Nobody is messaging him saying you've got an interesting skeleton. Nobody.
And I tell you what, he gets paid to go on Naked Attraction.
Yeah.
They'd pay him.
Yeah.
To see that.
100%.
And he's getting picked.
I'm all for it.
He's getting picked. So, I'll be honest, we've done this podcast on the fly a little bit today.
We have, yeah.
Because full disclosure, peek behind the curtain, it's normally a Friday. It's a Monday.
It is a Monday.
I very quickly have made a game.
Okay.
So try not to look at the screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you 3 films.
Yep.
And you've got to give me the actor that links the 3 films.
Okay.
Some I think are quite easy. Some I think, and I've deliberately not gone for the mainstream films that they're in, because if I literally went like, their mind's gone blank now, but say one of these people, if I went, say it was like George Clooney, and I went like Ocean's 11, Brother Where Art Thou, that stuff, you'd pretty much get it straight away. Okay, so the first one.
Before we start, because ladies in the background, if you know any of these answers, listen up, because
Don't shout.
No, do shout.
No, please.
Okay.
Right. So the first one is The Princess Diaries, The Devil Wears Prada and The Dark Knight Rises.
Is that Anne Hathaway?
That is Anne Hathaway. Good.
I've not seen The Princess Diaries.
No, I'll be honest, I hadn't, but it got left out on the table for my little girl to watch. I thought, oh, that's a good one. That's a good curveball, because the rest of hers were like really, really obvious. Okay, now this one I think will potentially trip you up, because you claim to be a film goer, aren't you? So
I am, yeah.
Okay, so Spotlight.
I haven't even seen that.
Thor Ragnarok. And Now You See Me.
Oh. I've not watched the first two.
I thought the last one would give it away.
So, Now You See Me. I want to say Leo DiCaprio, but I don't think it is it?
Is that your answer? Bear in mind, Leo DiCaprio has not been in.
No, I don't think he has.
Marvel.
No, I don't know. Is it?
Mark Ruffalo.
I haven't seen the first two.
Yeah, so he was obviously Hulk. So they're Ragnarok, and then do you know what Spotlight is?
No.
Yeah. Not one to discuss on the podcast. Bit dark, bit grim.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
right, okay.
Definitely not light-hearted film.
Oh, right, okay. No, I've not seen it.
Okay, so The Proposal, Free Guy, and Life.
I haven't seen Life. The Proposal. Is this an actor or actress I'm looking at?
This is an actor. Technically, you've got to say actor for both these days.
Oh yeah, you can't say actress now.
No, you can't say actress now.
God, life is sad.
It's offensive to be a woman.
The Proposal, is that?
I can't tell you, can I?
Is it that guy with Jude Law?
No.
Oh, is he not in?
You're thinking of The Holiday.
Okay. Oh, he proposes in that though, doesn't he?
No.
Any guesses, ladies? The Proposal? Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah, you've said his name right. It's Ryan Reynolds.
It?
Yeah.
Well done, Liv. Ryan Reynolds. Does that count?
No.
Oh.
I mean, it's the fact that you said you're a fan of the man and you've just missed 3 of his films. Okay. So.
I didn't say I was a fan of his acting.
That's very debase of you. Objectifying a good-looking man like that. Okay, so Red Notice, Fast and Furious 7, and Justice League.
I haven't seen 2 of those. So
do you remember the start of this when I said you're a film goer? So far, you've literally seen The Devil Wears Prada.
Do you know whenever me and Ben watch a film, I'll go to put a film on. I am a film goer, but I'll go to put a film on and he'll say, we've already watched that. And I go, we haven't. And I go, I haven't seen it. And it's like, when I watch a film, it's like I erase it. That's done now. Let's make some space again for something else.
See, what drives me insane is we will put a film on in the evening and then Liz will look at her phone and just dick around on whatever the app.
I do watch it.
And then says, yeah, this isn't really grabbing me. I'm like, well, you've not watched it. So she wanted us to turn Hitman off after... So she enjoyed the first hour when he was doing the thing when he's flicking through all the different outfits.
Yeah.
And then the story started to develop as he got close with the girl. And she went, yeah, this isn't really grabbing me. I'm like, because you've not looked up for the last 20 minutes. And then she was like, and then we watched the last bit. And she's like, well, that was really good, wasn't it? When you watched it,
it's like she's just caught up on the last
honestly
20 minutes.
Blows my mind. We started watching a documentary the other day. That have you seen the documentary about Thingy Madison, the dating app for married people?
Oh my God! Yeah, I watched that.
We should get into that at some point.
Oh God!
But again,
Ashley Madison, wasn't it?
That's the one. Yeah. So she wanted to put that on, and then looked at her phone, and then was like, "Yeah, this isn't really grabbing me. Watch it."
Did you watch it?
Yeah, crazy.
I was gripped.
I love the fact that the religious guy,
that Christian guy,
it's not his fault. It is everyone. Not my fault.
Honestly,
it was my dad.
Blows my mind.
Honestly, crazy. And the thing is, like, it's one of those things where, like, I don't see the point in it, but I can see how they can justify it because it's going to happen anyway. They're providing that safe space, but when you get caught, you've got to own that.
The way they came up with the advertising and the marketing for, like, oh, these two married, not to each other. You just like,
but in a time when that was completely not the done thing. Like, crazy. Social media dating apps weren't the done, and they were. I say ahead of the game. It was wild what they were doing.
Yeah, 100%.
But I love the fact that when the people were caught, they tried wriggling out of it. It's like, just own the fact that you're clearly a terrible person.
Yeah.
Because wasn't there something about some radio show where they were ringing up?
Yeah.
And they were going like, "Oh, is my husband?"
Someone committed suicide, though, didn't they?
Is my husband on there? Oh, yeah, he is. Unlucky. What?
My husband won't be on there. No, he is. No, he's not. No, he is. Oh.
This is his email address.
Awkward.
Yeah.
Spent a lot of money on that site.
Needless to say, we won't be playing that game.
No, but yeah, things like that fascinate me.
Yeah, 100%. I love stuff like that.
But like you say, like you've been caught. You just gotta ride that out now. It's done. The only person I know out of Fast and Furious, which I really don't like those films, is Van Diesel. Oh. Is it him?
Do you mean Vin?
Oh, Vin Diesel.
Is it him? It's Vin Diesel, Van Gogh. I think you get confused. Honestly,
is it him?
Peas in a pod. No, because he wasn't in Red Notice or Justice League.
I haven't seen either of those though.
It's Gal Gadot. She was Wonder Woman. You know Gal Gadot. Like,
you know Gal Gadot?
You don't know.
Do you know Gal Gadot?
What is wrong with you people?
There's two other people here. Who is Gal Gadot?
You've not seen Wonder Woman?
No.
Wow, she's like beyond beautiful woman. Like it is. She's like.
Is that a real name, Gal Gadot?
Yeah, because she's Israeli, right. And she's like.
What's her surname?
Gadot.
Oh, that's not what her name is. A Gal Gadot.
Gal. Space. Gadot. Yeah. I don't honestly, I don't feel like movie trivia is the one for you. I feel like honestly,
I will get all the way through a film, and then Ben will be like, all the way through, it will say, "You've seen it," and I'll get right to the end, and I'll go, "Oh, I've seen this."
All I'm saying is next week, I think we go back to like quiz questions. So okay, you've got to get this one right. 12 Monkeys, Inglourious Bastards, and Snatch. You did very well then not to laugh at the word Snatch. Come on, I can see that. Any ideas, Liv? Kelly? No?
Snatch. Wow. Come on, who's the main one in Snatch?
These are massive films.
Can I have a multiple choice?
Okay, so you've got Jason Statham.
Yeah, that's it.
Brad Pitt.
No. Oh.
Or Bruce Willis.
Not Bruce Willis. It's the first one, Jason Statham.
No, it's Brad Pitt.
Oh, for God's sake!
Brad Pitt was the gypsy fighter in Snatch, and then obviously Inglourious Bastards and 12 Monkeys.
I haven't seen 12 Monkeys.
Honestly, Joe. After all that, if you get this one, amazed. Right, this was the one that I thought once she's had a clean sweep, this will trip her up. Okay,
cool.
So, Skyfall, Shakespeare in Love.
Leo DiCaprio.
Just keep your powder dry before you embarrass yourself. And Casino Royale. So who's a recurring character? Because bear in mind, 2 of those are modern Bond films.
Is it George Clooney?
Wow.
Is it not?
No, it's not. George Clooney in the new Bond films. Honestly.
Who's in the new Bond films? Can I have multiple choice? Daniel Craig.
Right, okay.
Is it Daniel Craig?
Does Daniel Craig strike you the sort of actor that would be in Shakespeare in Love?
Who's what Shakespeare in Love?
I'm not saying I've seen it.
Is it Brad Pitt?
It's not Brad Pitt. Has Brad Pitt been in... Honestly, has Brad Pitt been in...
No, you're not helping.
This is painful.
Give me multiple choice, I'll get it.
Okay.
Go.
Okay. Is it Ben Whittingham? Ben Whittingham? The voice of Paddington?
Oh, right, okay. It's not him.
Javier Bardem?
I've never even heard that name.
Cool. And Dame Judi Dench.
Oh, it's her.
Yeah, it is her, isn't it?
Okay. It is her, isn't it?
Yeah, because she's M.
Yeah,
and then obviously she's in Shakespeare in Love.
I've never seen Shakespeare in Love.
I mean, you could literally, that has been the answer to 99.9% of these films.
Maybe I'm not as much of a film buff.
I think you need to potentially revisit.
The thing is, for films, though, for me, they're just kind of, they're my opportunity just to put on and almost zone out from. I don't really, you know what I mean? It's a lot of work all day. When I put a film on, it's my time to just kind of watch the picture and don't really...
It depends what it is. I'll be honest. If it's something like superhero related, I am in. But more like, do you know when it's like the Infinity Saga thing or the Marvel thing, where it's all interlinked and little things they say and do have references. I love all that.
Oh, you see, I don't really. I'll just watch that stuff like that.
And then Game of Thrones. Do you know when it was the back end couple of seasons? I would like devour podcasts where they sit for like 3 hours and they go into every theory, every twist. Wow. But Things like Lord of the Rings, no interest.
How have you got so much time on your hands to be doing all this?
This is before I had children, obviously, because I've living my best life. I didn't know what I thought I had all the free time and would have for the rest of my life, and now I realise all that free time I did have, I could have been doing so many more different things.
I have just thought about the next podcast, which is my turn, which is what your quiz is going to be.
That's a nice quiz.
Yeah, yours is nice.
I've only done one.
Yeah.
I don't even think the last one was that bad. As in
none of it was bad. It's just there's some films that I ain't seen, so clearly I need to.
Most of them.
I need to do more.
So basically,
film watching.
So you've got.
I need more days off.
So, or just you say more days off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So out of those, you got Anne Hathaway.
I'm straight in with that.
You were. That's what I was a bit like. Oh God, she's gonna smash this. You got Ryan Reynolds with Help.
Yeah.
Gal Gadot is still a grey zone.
Very grey.
Brad Pitt, because I basically told you the name, and same for Judi Dench. Do you know what's really like? I did a lot of the first ones. So I came up with those. I actually got ChatGPT to do me the first ones, and they were so easy. I was like, God, this will be. I should get in every single one. Probably should have gone with them.
Rude.
Not inaccurate.
Well, let's see how you get on next week then, Sam.
See, I feel like you take these things personally and then
try
and trip me up as a result.
It's all for a conversation piece. I'm all for it.
It's all for a conversation piece.
So, that's it.
That's it for me.
Are we done?
That's it for me. So, as ever,
thank you for joining us.
Share, subscribe, keep those numbers going up. So the numbers are going up on YouTube, which is nice to see.
Yeah.
And also now, rather than having to share the links to everything, if you go to our Instagram, there's a link in our bio, and that's got links to absolutely everything, whether it be audio, whether it be visual, obviously services we provide at the facility. But yeah, if you want to listen to this and subscribe, it's all done in one place now.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.